That's a fun little dynamic, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, and it looks like we have the server back up and the teams are coming back together. Hopefully on a correct server this time.
Suppose we will find out. Looks like it is an East server this time, so
Indeed.
hopefully less complaints. Although, I mean, on the West server we were on, Swoops had like 4 pings, so I'm sure he wasn't much complaining. But
yes.
Ooh, right off the bat, Rizai, good little shot, pass, goal,
and right off the
play.
bat, the Assassins are on an all-out offense. A lovely pass from Rizai to Whey Protein to Ninja Sebfan for an early lead. Looks like we can't blame that last game's goal on lag or anything.
It took him even less time on the new server than it did on the old one. So.
Indeed. Rizai sent up a pass to Swoops in midfield, interestingly.
Oh!
And a shot from Bismarck almost ends with a tie.
It was a very good little chance from him. Just couldn't quite sneak it down, but early defensive errors, so to speak, from this Assassin squad. Just a bit of whiffing, and was not necessarily what they need to keep this lead.
Indeed. Both teams all stuck in the back corner, though it seems they're clearing out right now. Swoops, shot just barely wide. Post did not like that one. Ninja clearing to the far side. Bismarck's unfortunately setting up the Whey Protein, but not able to make anything of it. And he makes up for it by clearing it out a moment later. Whey Protein sending it back forward, keeping up the pressure. Rises in wait for Bismarck. Touches it, but Swoop clears it off. Center above the orange side, Shamu not able to get it over Ninja.
Yeah, it's just kind of been some back and forth play here. Teams kind of just, going for a little bit of offense, but not really committing too much. Obviously not a bad idea for the Assassins as they are playing with the lead, but more goals always help. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes squad seems to be having some trouble getting too much offense going. A chance here. Pass down.
Ooh. Oh, an unfortunate whiff from Bismarck. Not able to take the shot after a lovely pass from Shamu. He's sending it back up, getting a touch, but Rizai's there to clear it out. Shamu's back in control on the wall. Rizai gives him a little hand and sending it towards net, not quite on target. He blocks it down from Bismarck. Rizai, Whey Protein misses the pass in the air. Bismarck centers it up. Shamu's going to take a shot. It's a little high. Swoops is there to finish it.
Yeah, it's another example. I think that's the second or third time the Hurricanes have hit the crossbar this game, but this time it was enough to turn into a good little pass for Swoops. So that offensive rotation really coming into play for the Hurricanes there. Just always having good follow-up player on missed opportunities and things. So we're into a tie game now. We're nearing the halfway point. Really hard to call at this point. Still anyone's game. Oh!
I was going to say I have to agree, but what a shot from Swoops.
Yeah, it was a spectacular shot.
From his own back corner. Nothing the Assassins can do in the air about that one, despite having 2 up.
Yeah, it was a bit of a defensive miscue from them, I think, to both double commit and then both miss. That's never really what you want to do. And yeah, I don't know if they were thinking that swoop shot was going to go wide, but it was a very, very good shot. Just very, very high, but still good enough to just drop into the net. So very effective.
Whey Protein on offense here. Ninja for the finish. But Shamu saves it. Bismarck getting it out to the side and Swoops clearing it forward. Pressure's still staying up from the Assassins. Seeing a lot of team plays here on both sides, on offense and defense.
Oh, the demo! Huge from Whey Protein, but Bismarck just able to get to the ball before Rizai could. A very good look for that demo. That's a great way to, it's a great way to really get anything done in Rocket League if you can do it effectively. Shot potentially coming in from Swoops there, not quite on.
Right. And another one from Shamu. Bismarck not able to redirect it properly. Whey Protein trying to carry it out there. Ninja quite close. Swoop sends it high above the net. Rizai is there with an epic save.
Oh,
Bismarck sending it to center.
Ooh.
Shamu not able to direct it in. He's carrying it backwards. Not perhaps the best of ideas. Whey protein there. Ninja over Bismarck to Rizai. Whey protein moving a little slow, as was Rizai. Shamu carries it out. Bismarck sends it to center. Ninja clears it out. Lovely save.
Oh no.
It's an open net.
Oh no.
Ninja
they had
with the beam.
Yeah, they had a completely open net there off a huge overcommit from the Hurricanes, but just couldn't quite get the finish. Ninja will be kicking himself over that one. Ooh.
Bismarck almost an extra goal. Swoop there to finish it, and he makes it.
Yeah, very, very good little finish from him. Once again, we're seeing some poor commitments, I guess, from the Assassin squad there. Another little double commit. Bismarck maybe a bit fortunate, but also some credit to him for the way he was able to get that dunk and just kind of keep the ball on target. So good car positioning, but a bit of bad luck for the Assassins as well, I'm sure. But turns into a 3-1 lead as we're just about 30 seconds left in this one. So huge advantage to the Hurricanes right now.
So we'll see if that changes up. 25 to go. Whey protein sent it forward. Ninja's taking it over. Not there.
Ooh.
Shamu misses, but Swoops manages to pick up the slack. Bismarck clears it forward. 15. Shamu leaves it for Swoops. Takes it over. They're keeping up the pressure into the last seconds of the game. Bismarck centers it. No one's going to be there to finish it, but Shamu there for a goal with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah,
4:58 goal.
Completely unnecessary, but still useful to carry some momentum into the next one. There's another bad double commit from the Assassins on this one, so that's really been the cause of all, maybe all but one of their goals. Don't remember the first goal. It was a whole 5 minutes ago. You can't expect me to remember that, but yeah, it's been just double commits all over the place from them, so that's definitely something that they'll need to work on going into the next game. And, I mean, as well, on top of that, it's kind of hindering their ability to kind of rotate onto offense from defense when they're double committing. It's hard to get a clear and then have a player following it when all of your players are getting the one clear.
Indeed. Hurricanes on the other side. Offense, most of that game. Even once they'd pulled into a 2-goal lead, they did not slow down. Both teams seem to be leaning a little more heavily on the offense tonight. We'll have to see if that continues into the later games.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Assassins kind of came out of the gate in both games with just lightning fast offense. A goal in, I believe, 8 seconds in that one and 13 seconds in that little before the restart server. And then after that, they really did not do much of anything in terms of offense that game. They had a couple of opportunities, but they just couldn't finish. And I definitely think that's at least partially down to their issues rotating out of defense, and they're not creating the offensive opportunities that they need. So we'll have to see if they can get that sorted out in this one.
Indeed, they almost were able to make an opportunity there with Rizai in position to receive the pass, but isn't able to finish it. Swoop, sending it forward. Ninja beats Bismarck to the ball. More back and forth, as we've seen, just as at the start of the last game. A lot of long clears, but a lot of off-the-wall catches from both teams in both directions. A lot of purposeful passes. Unfortunate play from the Hurricanes leaves a wide open net. Bismarck able to touch it. Shamu with the whiff. Rizai also with the whiff, but Ninja's there to finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of, I guess bad luck, but really it's just some bad whiffs from the Hurricane squad, especially with a player rotated far up the field like that. That last man just really needs to be sure he's nice and safe on his clears. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably not the most intelligent play by the Assassins to have 2 players in the center ready for that, but it did end up working out for them. I definitely think that's the type of thing that they could get punished for pretty heavily, but that time it worked out.
And in fact, I think we did see some punishment from that in the first game. Not yet here in this game. It's 3:30 to go. 0-1 on the Hurricanes side. Shamu sends it forward, gets a second touch for it.
Oh.
Lovely goal.
Ooh,
Lovely pass to himself out of the corner.
I really did not see that goal developing. Whey Protein seemed to be in a perfectly good position for it, but it was just a fantastic shot from Shamu.
Whey Protein needs different positioning, or needs to be faster.
Yeah, he needs a training pack for that. What?
Indeed. I wonder if he knows anyone who makes those.
I don't know. Either way, it was a good attempt, but yeah, it was just a very, very strong shot from Shamu, so not altogether too much he could have done about that one.
Hurricanes on defense now, transitioning to offense. Rises there, Whey Protein. Bismarck barely makes the save, but it turned into another goal. Shamu not able to get a good touch. Swoops, cleaning it up. Whey Protein's there to Bismarck, sending a big boomer out to the far right. Ball bouncing off the ceiling. Whey Protein, Ninja and Shamu, not quite sure what they're doing out there. Lots of 50-50s going very wrong.
Yeah, including one between Shamu and his teammate. Ooh, Bismarck to Shamu. That's going to turn into a goal. Just about halftime here. Hurricanes take a 2-1 lead. Great little pass here off Bismarck. Kind of caught the Assassins just rotating back. Rizai with a questionable choice to go for some boost. Definitely got punished for that one with a wide open net. Just a dangerous decision. Kind of split-second choice, and he made the wrong one, so a bit unfortunate for him. But regardless, Hurricanes into a 2-1 lead, looking to secure their second win in this series. Nearly.
Whey Protein almost helping with a bit of an own goal there, but not quite. Post is there to make the save. Bismarck keeping out the pressure, sending the ball not quite towards center.
Sending it nowhere.
Sending it nowhere. Ball's towards the Hurricanes net. Bismarck's there to keep it from being open. Bit of miscommunication going on, it seems, but Swoops is there to clean up Shamu's poor placement. Side pass. Hurricanes helping the Assassins to keep up pressure on themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of these teams are kind of having the same issues with not getting the big clears that they need, and then when they do get the big clears, they have a lot of trouble transitioning to offense off of them. So they really just need to work on not only getting the big clears, but having good rotation off of the big clears to kind of turn that into some offense, although I guess that's less important for the Hurricanes than it is for the Assassins here. But yeah, they definitely need to switch to offense is a big problem for the Assassins so far, so they'll have to work on that. Good solution to that can sometimes be to just kind of, if you're feeling confident enough in yourself, to just kind of do some little passing plays in your end to get the ball out, and then still have possession when you get to the other side. But right now they're just kind of taking these big booming clears that just end up giving the ball straight to the Hurricanes.
I will say there have been a lot of team play, a lot of multi-car efforts going on.
Yeah, I mean it is that point in the season, right? Week 6. Here in, or not week 6, but match day 6 rather. So here in a month played together, most of these teams are. So the pinch from Swoops, what a save from
Nearly
Whey
a goal,
Protein.
but can I just point out that amazing save from Shamu? Ball inside the posts actually, just a moment ago. 15 seconds left. 2-1 Hurricanes. Rizai Swoops slows him down, but doesn't block him. Bismarck versus Rizai wins it. Whey Protein stops it. Shamu keeping up the pressure. Doesn't look like they're going to have the time, and they're not. I almost dropped a caster's curse on my own team.
Yeah, but Hurricanes, regardless, taking a 2-1 victory, but I do think it was a fairly convincing 1-goal win. They definitely look to be fairly in control on both defense and offense. They did do a good job of maintaining possession. Just a couple of slip-ups led to some chances for the Assassins, but overall the Hurricanes looked very solid in that one. The Assassins, of course, still with a bit to work on. 2 more games in this series, so there is still a potential to bring out a draw, but the Assassins definitely struggling a bit.
Both teams needing to clean up some more team plays to ensure that They can just make those finishes and make those clears when they're on the defense.
Yeah, it's definitely team plays are a big element here, especially at this level of play, and with these teams that have been playing together for as long as they have. Some of these even carrying over from previous seasons. So, yeah, it's interesting to look for that sort of stuff, and it definitely can be a big game changer for a lot of these players.
Early opportunities. Whey Protein nearly with an amazing goal right in the corner, but the corner rejects it. Shamu clearing it out and keeping it going. Rizai sends it bouncing back. So we may be settling in for another period of back and forth.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Opportunities here.
Whey Protein not letting the Hurricanes become complacent. Wide open net. Unfortunately, Swoop sends it a little too far wide.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity, and the Assassins have definitely been making that mistake more than once in this series, where they just, here's a big chance, and Shamu gonna bury it. A great pass from Bismarck.
I'm seeing a bit of deja vu here from last game.
Yeah, that's not the first one of those very similar passes he's gotten. Definitely starting to prove his place on this team as a great passing player. Definitely looking very strong in that so far in this series. Is one of the stronger passers in the lead as well, so definitely very interesting to see. Oh, goal from Whey Protein.
Finally finishes one this game. That again. Swoops and Whey Protein. Poor pinch for Swoops. Shamu's just not able to get up into the air. He's half a car length short. Whey Protein right in the perfect position to finish that. It's a fantastic goal there, and it's what I think he's been looking for all game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it brings us back into a draw. A bit of a whiff there, but no follow-up from the Assassins players.
It seems like some double commits on the Assassin side over the last 30 or 40 seconds, making it a little difficult to make those finishing plays.
Oh,
it's a possibility.
Oh.
Swoops with, but Bismarck is there just in time. He sends a wide open net. Assassins all forward, and a long goal is exactly what the Hurricanes need at that point. Sends it just a little bit faster than Rizai can drive. Looks like Rizai was out of boost there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a very smart play from Bismarck. Potentially communicated as well that all the Hurricanes, or all the Assassin players rather, were all far forward and for the most part low on boost, as Bismarck with another shot.
Does it again.
Finds the net. That was just a bit of a pretty big error, I think, from the Assassin squad. Rizai kind of turned the wrong way on the ball, and Whey Protein just not in position to back him up. So suddenly, Bismarck kind of tearing this game wide open. 2 quick goals here brings us into a 3-1 Hurricanes lead.
Indeed. I'd have to see the replays again, but it looks like Whey Protein and Rizai in that last play both out of boost, or in the process of hunting for it when Bismarck took that shot. And they both started off this play with...
Oh, the demo. Oh, the dunk!
Almost a shot. Both of them starting this play looking for boost. But that's 10 seconds in the past. Shamu sending it forward. Whey Protein not going to let him make an easy play. And is just there to clear. Swoops blocking. Whey Protein forward. Back to Bismarck. Nice lot of back and forth. 50-50 in the air. Swoops is there. Good communications from the Hurricane side, it seems. Shamu with a not quite on net shot, but enough to keep up the pressure.
Oh, what a shot!
With his third goal in a row to make a hat trick this game.
Yeah, that was just an amazing shot. You see Ninja in goal, ready to make a save, but just could not do a thing about that shot. Perfect upper 90, ton of power. Ninja was just sat in place. All he could do was watch. That found the top corner of his net about halfway through this one. Hurricanes adding another one. Shamu with a bicycle goal here. Should have a big booming clear from Bismarck, so still involved in every single goal so far in this game is Bismarck. Very good job by him.
2 assists, 3 goals.
Yeah, and it's just kind of the Assassins just falling apart on defense here. Is now they just completely miss a kickoff. They're kind of just completely falling apart on defense, and if you don't have any defense, it's pretty hard to get any offense going. Have to see if they can recover here. There are still 2 minutes in this one, so the game is not a total write-off just yet, but Shamu's going to add another one.
We must be careful with that caster's curse.
Yeah, it's
unfortunate pass from Rizai there.
Yep.
Shamu once again in position to finish and bring himself up to a hat trick with just over 2 minutes to go still.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a rough last minute here for the Assassins. Wasn't looking all too bad, but they kind of lost track of what they were supposed to be doing, especially on the defensive side of things here. Confusing little movement there from the Hurricanes, but it almost works out.
Almost works out, but it leaves Shamu alone on defense.
Oh, demo!
Oh. Vicious demos all around. But it's exactly what's needed for the Hurricanes. They're able to keep out of goal. Whey Protein trying to make an opportunity. Bismarck not letting them in.
Yeah, now we're seeing some good offense here from the Assassins, not even really having to play much defense. It's definitely what they need to win this game, but nearing a minute and a quarter left in this one. Getting harder and harder for a comeback to happen.
Lovely save. A lovely shave from Shamu.
No beard today.
Hurricanes are so comfortable, they're going out for shaves and haircut. Oh, and just as I say that, a theoretical Brazil stopped on the spot. Rise up a great center to Whey Protein, sends it, Post doesn't like it, Ninja finishes it.
Yeah, I might have been going in off of Whey Protein, so potentially a bit of a double commit there, but ended up working out again for the Assassins. They did have the whole net, so
they need to get on offense at this point if they want to turn this around.
Absolutely, it's off the crossbar and in for Bismarck.
Yep, they were just in. Assassins were just in time to stop a Brazil. Swoops with a lovely reaction there to get that ball bouncing off the crossbar down instead of up.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well played by them. And yeah, 7-2 lead now. 5 goals, 45 seconds. That is at the limits of what's possible in Rocket League. Will definitely be a tough ask here for the Assassins at this point. Probably just looking for 1 or 2 goals to carry some momentum into the last game of this series.
Indeed. Whey Protein getting over Bismarck, getting around Swoops, sending it to the center. Ninja way off. Cleared forward by the Hurricanes. Swoops high above Shamu. Bismarck's there in the air to center it. And
oh no.
Looked like a team effort from Shamu and Swoops there. Smacking into each other and the ball.
Yeah, and speaking of team efforts, another double commit coming out from the Assassins here. And of course, they both whiffed as well. If you're going to double commit, you at least got to hit the ball somewhere safe-ish. So, definitely not working out too well for this Assassin squad here. In terms of double commits and team plays on defense and proper rotation, just all sorts of mistakes coming out from them, which is a bit odd because we've definitely seen them show some good team cohesion on the offensive side of the ball.
Indeed. At the start of this series, I would have said both teams are looking a lot towards the idea of the best defense is a good offense. But it seems that the more offensively oriented gameplay of the Assassins is just not able to stand up to the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see. The Assassins definitely showing that they do have some issues here on defense. Overall, I don't think that game was altogether too bad for them, but there were just a couple of minutes there in the middle of the game and then right at the end where they conceded 6 of the 8 goals they let in. They did make some good offense themselves, putting 2 goals on the board, and they were both good efforts and well-earned goals, but really nothing you can do when you're conceding 8 a game.
Yeah, it's something they'll have to turn around if they want to have a chance to make this 1-3 for them. As As it has happened so far, start off the Hurricanes on defense, making big clears. Swoop's not able to do much with that, just sending it to the side. Ninja not able to make it clear. Shamu on to center. Whey protein there with the clear.
Yeah, right off the bat, we're kind of seeing the Assassins just doing a little bit of offense. I think an issue here could be that Hurricanes just get kind of caught up in their very safe gameplay that they're used to. You know, since they were playing with such a lead in the last game, they really didn't have to do too much in way of offense, and they just waited for the Assassins to make some mistakes. But without the lead here, it's much harder to do that. So they'll need to look to make their own offense here in the early goings.
And just before that goal, I would think some double commits from the Hurricanes, but the Assassins just seem to be out of sorts on defense. Bismarck sending a goal right between Ryza and Whey Protein. May have run into each other?
Yeah, that's what I saw there, was a bit of a team bump. Of course, I do believe that was Whey Protein's ball, but we saw Ryza recovering back, go up anyway, and maybe put a bit of a bump on Whey Protein and send him out of the path of the ball. So that's the absolute last thing you want to see, especially at this level of gameplay, is critical team bumps on defense like that.
Oh, and Ryza with a series of passes to himself off the wall. Bismarck clears it back out to him, drops it down, and they're just able to get it around the post.
Yeah, it was a good effort from him and a good read off the ceiling. Hurricanes defender on the wall definitely struggled to make the same read, so some credit to Ryza there in terms of just making that read and turning it into a goal. So kind of making up for his potential previous mistake on defense by bringing us back to an even game.
Once again, we're starting out with an even game, and oh, it nearly goes away from that. Assassins on hard offense at the moment. As I say that, Swoop manages to clear it out. Shamu with a interesting shot there.
Yeah, I'm sure that was
giving the official okay on that.
I'm sure that was totally calculated from Shamu.
I'm gonna have to call that out as calculated indeed. However, it nevertheless affects the score. Hurricanes up 2-1. And they're already back on a bit of offense there. Shamu with another shot. Swoops not able to finish that, but Bismarck centers it. Swoops keeping up the pressure. Bismarck to Shamu. Swoops almost stealing that one, but another fantastic team play. The Hurricanes up 3-1, and the deja vu returns.
Yeah, definitely just a bit of an error there on the defensive side of the Assassins as well. Full credit to the Hurricanes for very good offensive composure, but Ryza once again just kind of looking a bit lost, and then it appeared that he just, you know, feels back foot man on the jump up to make the save. So maybe just a bit off. Double demo from Swoops. Was about to mention the potential for some tilt and stuff like that. Especially after a big 8-2 loss like that, it can really affect the mental strength of players. And, you know, double demos from Swoops, I'm sure not helping that case either.
Assassins may be feeling the mental pressure. They're still going on offense, but less is going off. Oh, Swoops setting up a triple commit from the Assassins. Nothing done. Bismarck in place, passing it forward to Shamu. Over to Swoops. A great redirect. Not quite there. Post might have saved that regardless, but good quick thinking play. Need to be a little bit faster there. Shamu up to Bismarck. Centers it. Shamu's there to finish. Hurricanes. Series of team plays there to ensure that goal eventually happened.
Yeah, it was some good play by them. Just, you know, a little bit of team play. The Assassins just not as defensively coordinated as other teams, so passing plays and team plays on offense can definitely poke some holes in that defense pretty quickly.
Indeed. You can kind of see the pressure getting to the Assassins a little bit with that mess up on kickoff. Almost doesn't matter. Ryza in position almost to score a goal. He's carrying it back now to Ninja. Sending it forward. Up off the wall. to Rizai. It's on net and it's good. Hurricanes not able to make it there in time.
Yeah, it was a good little pass up here from Ninja Seb fan. Rizai also making a very good shot and another bit of a team bump. Not sure that one mattered, but just kind of running into each other in the air. Great shot from Rizai in terms of placement and a great little pass from Ninja as well. Turned into a goal, and with a minute and a half to go in this one, a 2-goal lead is definitely far from insurmountable, but the Assassins are really going to need to get some offense going pretty quick here.
Indeed. And they're getting an attempt going on one, but it just seems that they're not quite able to keep it moving. Every big boom they have, only about a third of them actually have someone waiting at the other end. That said, Whey Protein, since it just left of goal, Rizai, will he be there? Not quite on target. Ninja winning one off of Swoops. 47 seconds to go. Bismarck up in the air. Swoops not able to get the redirect. Whey Protein on defense. Shamu keeping it up. Hurricanes know all they have to do is hold off for 35 more seconds, and that's it.
Oh, what a shot from Swoops! Off a great pass from Bismarck.
Absolutely beautiful play on both ends. A little touch to send it right above Rizai in that top right corner.
Yeah, it was a super, super intelligent shot from Swoops. He kind of had the ball coming at him from one angle, and he just sort of put himself in the air facing that direction, so he was actually able to pop it behind the defenders. Very, very hard to save a top corner shot behind you. So very, very smart from the Swoops to recognize that and put a ton of good effort into that shot.
Indeed. Another opportunity there for the Assassins. Lost 10 seconds to go within the Assassins' end. Shamu carrying it forward, getting it past Ninja, not past Whey Protein. It's over Swoops. Back up to Ninja, 1 second to go. Swoops. Rizai finishes, bringing it to 5-3 and helping out that goal differential.
Yeah, I mean, it's a loss for them, but like you said, goal differential, useful stat.
Goal differential.
Tiebreaker. So,
and for their long-term... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it is a 4-0 for the Hurricanes here, which definitely matters for them a lot in terms of standings. They were tied at the top of their division with the Cobras, so unsure what the Cobras are going to be doing this evening, or have already done at least in terms of scoreline in their series. But I do think by getting all 4 wins, the Hurricanes will maintain their spot at the top of the division for sure, with a big conference win tiebreaker, I guess, lead over the Cobras. So
Indeed.
yeah, it's a big win for them. And meanwhile, the Assassins, potential to fall all the way down to the bottom of their division right now. So definitely not what they needed out of this series.
Definitely not. It doesn't look like the Cobras or the Rottweilers have their scores in yet. So, oh no, Cobras just came in and they went 0-4. So it definitely appears there will not be a tie at the top of the Cloud division.
No, and I mean, furthermore, that potentially gives the Hurricanes a huge lead in their division. I think for 4 games potentially, depending on the Wheelchairs score, 3 or 4 games over their next closest divisional rival. And yeah, that's a huge result for them as we're kind of getting near the middle of the season. So it's interesting to see. But looking here in the middle of the season, that's a huge result for them in terms of playoff implications, as I guess we're kind of crossing into the part of the season where that's starting to matter.
Yes, after tonight, well, I suppose Wednesday will be the exact midpoint for, well, Challenger. It'll be another 4 game days before we hit the midpoint for Premier, but we're definitely into the middle part of the season for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe not so much in terms of playoff implications, but regardless, pulling out a big lead in the Cloud division is definitely a useful thing to have at any point in the season. So I'm sure the Hurricanes will be very happy with that result.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with that result, but
As a Hurricane.
as no, we entered the bias part of the evening. Pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean your team looked pretty solid all over the field. Of course, the Assassins probably left a bit to be desired there in terms of team cohesion, but regardless, they definitely showed some moments of brilliance and definitely a lot of offensive potential from that team. Just need to work on their defensive communication and rotation and all that good stuff, and they definitely still turn this season around. By no means
Right.
over.
They have not left contention, nor have they left the radar as a potential team to look out for in the future. Their offense was quite strong, just a little bit more work on transitioning between defense and offense, and a little more communication, perhaps. At least I'd guess, based on, well, I should say both teams had issues with doubles and occasional triple commits.
Yeah, and I mean it is worth mentioning as well. The Hurricanes, obviously one of your teams, have been around since back in the Dynasty Cup days, since season one. The Assassins, meanwhile, brand new team for this season.
Indeed,
So
they have Rizai as a veteran, but Whey
yeah, but
Protein and Ninja new to the process, new to the league.
and as well, it can sometimes be difficult to find team cohesion in, you know, 4 weeks compared to the Hurricanes who have been working on it for probably the better part of a year at this point. So
It's getting up there. This group has been together since the start of season 3 of Dynasty, so they've had about a season and a half together, and I can tell you they did not take the off season off. So definitely an advantage there.
yeah, so very very good result for the Hurricanes, and yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to wrap up our evening of Rocket Soccar here. So turn it over to CD to bring us out here.
For the closing spiel. Thank you all for watching tonight. Please remember that we'll also be streaming on Wednesday. Unfortunately, do not yet have news yet as to whether we'll be streaming at 10, 10:20, or 10:30. We're talking about staggering the stream game, so people who are playing can get to catch at least a couple of games of the stream. Later this week, we'll have community night on Thursday, where the whole community gets together and just plays Rocket League and whatever else they'd like to. Saturday, we will resume our regular tournaments. 3v3, what are we doing? It'll be a surprise. Join our server and find out more. Sunday, we'll have our regular random 2v2 tournament. Double elimination, it's a whole lot of fun. Be sure to join in if you can. Of course, the link to our Discord is down in the description below. Come by, hang out, play Rocket League, play other stuff. Really, we don't care. We just want you here, having fun with us. And I do believe that is everything from us tonight. Thank you all for watching. Have a lovely evening.